Tonight's SmackDown was a show full of botches, but it did have some moments as well. This certainly felt like a go-home, but a go-home that was still entertaining. We start with the Bloodline arriving and Sami secretly grabbing Jey and having a word. Obviously, Sami shouldn't be there. Roman told him to go home, but Sami just wanted to thank Jey for helping him on Raw. Sami said if he needed anything, then call him. The show started with Rey Mysterio against Karrion Kross. Before the match began, we got a production botch where you could see a shot of a random technician as we were seeing a replay. Rey would go on to win that match thanks to a crucifix pin. Quite a shock result. Damage Control, Xia Li, Rhea were all shown throughout the show, confident that they can win the Royal Rumble. Theory would come out next, and he said the champ is here. Could that be foreshadowing? Theory against Cena at WrestleMania would certainly make sense if so. New Day and The Miz would then come out to confront Theory. Miz would botch on the mic. He said, "You think I'm dangerous now? You should see me." And then blanked. He didn't know what to say. He said, "with something on my shoulder." I think he meant to say a chip on my shoulder, but he just couldn't think of it. That was quite a fun moment. But because there was so much going on with the show, we didn't have time to really focus on it. Everyone would then brawl. Bobby Lashley came out. Brock Lesnar then came out. He then attacked Bobby and announced that he will be in the Royal Rumble. It was quite a messy segment, but at least we got something juicy out of it. Next, we got Lacey Evans, who was debuting her new gimmick. Her boot would fall apart during the match. That's something I have genuinely never seen before. In all my years of watching WWE, I can't remember that ever happening before. She would win her match against a jobber with a Cobra clutch. Then she cut a promo saying if you hate her now, you'll hate her even more tomorrow when she wins the Rumble. Drew and Sheamus were jumped by the Viking Raiders. They came out for a tag match. Viking Raiders were upset at being eliminated from the tag tournament last week. That meant that Braun and Ricochet would replace Drew and Sheamus. Drew and Sheamus now obviously just want to get their hands on Viking Raiders. So unfortunately, they withdrew from the tournament. So that gave an opportunity to Braun and Ricochet. They would win. They would beat Hit Row and progress to the final. Michael Cole continued to rip into Top Dollar throughout this match for his top rope botch from about a month ago. I really don't know what we're doing there. I don't think we're building towards Top Dollar versus Michael Cole, but I really don't know where that's leading. Usos are removed from the arena as they come into confrontation with Kevin Owens backstage. Jey then calls his dog for a favor. Next, we get Bray Wyatt's old entrance music. People were quite excited and confused until they realized that it was LA Knight that was coming out dressed as Bray. This was hilarious. This was brilliant. LA Knight said, "Bring everything you've got. Bring all the advice that The Undertaker gave you." Bray would respond. He was in the entranceway. He said that LA Knight would finally meet the man he's been looking for. When the lights go out, you'll see. That's really interesting. That's a great line. They're going into a pitch black match. Obviously, we still don't quite know what it is, but heavily teased, it is going to be pitch black. There are going to be the lights out. When the lights go out, you'll finally see. Uncle Howdy was then shown in the stands, and a shout out to Jojo Ozfan, who in our watch-along suggested it looked like Uncle Howdy was controlling Bray from the stands. His mannerisms were very unusual, like his hand gestures, very unusual. We have seen mind control before when Alexa made Nia slap Reggie a few years ago. Next, we got Imperium against Legado del Fantasma, with Imperium winning. Giovanni seemed to be really hurt as he came off the top, seemed to hurt his knee. Should be all right, though. Towards the end of the match, he looked all right, looked like he'd got through it. Sonya then invaded an interview with Charlotte. I think this happened earlier in the day. It resulted in her getting a title match, though, because Charlotte went to Adam Pearce saying that she wanted a match with Sonya. She would put up her title if she needed to. Title match made for next week's SmackDown. Main event time then, it saw Solo Sikoa against Kevin Owens. Sami would save Solo. Good little match, but Solo was on the verge of losing. Sami would save him. He couldn't help him get the victory. I think this match ended in a no contest. I actually don't know where the referee went to, but this thing seemed to end in a no contest. Solo accidentally kicks Sami, allowing Kevin Owens to get a slight advantage. Kevin then has an opportunity to hit Sami with a chair. He's standing over Sami. He's got a chair in his hands. He doesn't do it. This is big. He doesn't do it. Could that be a factor as we go into the Royal Rumble? Will Sami have that dilemma tomorrow? Could the roles be reversed? So, as we said, definitely a show that was a go-home show, had a few botches on it, but it was fun. It was entertaining. It moved at a decent pace, and all eyes now turn to the Royal Rumble.